Welcome to part 3 of 3 for Stat 400 Week 2, University of Bridgeport, a sample assignment. So now that we've done the theory, we've gone through the R code, now let's take a look at what would your assignment how should it look like. So here's my assignment. So again, we had our cover page, now we state what are the questions. So here are the questions. Using the OJ data frame found in the ISLR package, compute the following metrics: price difference, sale price for Citrus Hill, sales price for Minute Maid, discount Citrus Hill, and discount Minute Maid. Calculate the standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis, mean, and median. Note that in skewness is saying and state which way and magnitude, very little, somewhat, it is skewed. Create histograms for the variables in question 1. Develop a true and convincing marketing statement for the product that is usually more expensive. The statement should promote its affordability over the competition. So, as stated in the syllabus, every assignment, even though it's not stated in your assignment, you should put in what data you're using, a brief description. We did this for week 1. Your assignment for week 2 uses the same exact data. Since I'm using the same exact data as week 1, I just brought in the same slide that I had. You are using the car seats data, you should bring in the same slide if you had it really good. If not, make some changes to make it much nicer or more informative and put it in there. Now for the question. So these basic metrics. We have, I copied and pasted from R, put it into Excel. I then did text to columns and I created a little table, put it in here. I added this row, which is the skew description, which is being requested of me. I highlighted in bold the metrics that were being asked in question 1. You have extra ones, that's fine. I may have deleted a few because they weren't needed here. But again, I kept the other ones because I wanted to see them. Anyway, so here we have skew description. This is the other part that you're going to add here, where again, we know that negative skew means left skewed. So here's the direction: left, 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 negative, negative, negative. We have two positives, right and right skewed. Now we have the qualitative description: a little, somewhat, somewhat. How did I get to that qualitative description? How are you going to get to that? Well, I advise that you go to the histograms, which is question 2. The histograms are showing that, yes, here is negative, negative, negative skew, positive, positive skew. Now, this seems a little bit skewed. It doesn't seem that skewed. A little bit more skewed, but still a little skewed. This is actually bimodal distribution probably, but we're not covering that in this class. But still, again, a little bit skewed. This, although a different direction of the skewness, is a lot more skewed than this. This a lot more than this, and this, so forth. So, hence my explanations: little, 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 somewhat, somewhat. You may want to say that, this isn't somewhat. I think this is a lot. Well, say that it's very skewed. This is your interpretation of it. But it should be relative to your other ones. These are most definitely not the same magnitude of skewness. So, again, that's what I'm looking for. Interpret your graphs. Make them relative to the other ones. Okay? Moving on. The question 3, develop a true and convincing marketing statement for the product that is usually more expensive. Usually is the median, more than half the time. Let's look at sales price for Citrus Hill, sales price for Minute Maid. Let's look at the medians. The one that's more expensive is here, 196, Minute Maid. Okay, so now I need to create a marketing statement, a true one, promoting the affordability of Minute Maid versus Citrus Hill. How do I do that when half the time, more than half the time, I guess, Citrus Hill is cheaper? Well, I'm going to go here to this, price difference. Price difference is Minute Maid minus Citrus Hill. I know my data. So if I look at here, price difference, let's find it. Sale price of Minute Maid less the price of Citrus Hill. That's why it's so important to document these variables in your data. So going back here, I see that at least one person was able to buy Minute Maid 67 cents less than the price at that store for Citrus Hill. So here it is. You can buy Minute Maid for as much as 67 cents less than Citrus Hill. Purchase Minute Maid and save as much as 67 cents over Citrus Hill. The explanation for this is that although true that some people were able to find Minute Maid for 67 cents less than Citrus Hill, the reality is that most of the time Citrus Hill is less expensive. But this is a true statement. And again, in addition, on average, Citrus Hill is less expensive than Minute Maid. On average, the mean. So still, the average for Citrus Hill, 181 versus 196. Even if we look at the maximum values, 209 versus 229. Clearly, if you're looking for price, I would say that your best bet would be to go to Citrus Hill. Anyway, that said, I responded to question 3. And now we're going to the appendix where I pasted my R code. And you can find this R code in the course website. So, time for you to get started on this week's assignment. Best of luck, and please contact with any questions.